What up, tubers, and welcome back to another draft here on Arena. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to check out cardkingdom.com/Numot for all your Magic card needs. We've got some Flashback Modern Horizons 3 as a little bit of a break from the Spider-Man Pick 2 format, since this format will be a win-a-box event later this week. So picking one card at a time. If you do recall, there is an abysmal common in the format, Writhing Chrysalis, and that is the one you're really looking for. But otherwise, it was a really, very, very nice format. Double colorless is hard to cast. Remember, this is not castable via basic lands. You actually need colorless sources like the landscapes that they have in the format or any of the spawn tokens. Depth Defiler was fantastic. 3/5 with some good value, especially if you kick it. Horrid's Shadow Spinner for the blue-black draw 3 deck. Riddle Keeper was great. I think I'm supposed to take the Riddle Keeper here. These were always castable on their top side, but if you got to emerge them, you could do it for a reduced cost as well. This was a random commander card, right? When Jyoti enters, make a 1/1 for each time. Okay, yeah, at the beginning of each combat land. Yeah, so it's just, this is a commander card, not intended for actual drafting purposes. We have a Thief of Existence. This one you, again, have to have colorless for. Exile up to one target non-creature, non-land permanent opponent controls mana value 4 or less. If you do, when this leaves the battlefield, target opponent draws a card. So, not very good. Hope Ender Quaddle's decent. Let's see. Sneaky Snacker's fun. The blue-black deck is really, really fun. 2/1 flyer for 2. When you draw your third card in a turn, return this from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. I don't know, this card was always so annoying. If it ever countered something, it just felt like you couldn't win. I'll take the Hope Ender Quaddle here for now. See where we end up. Let's see. So some of the fetches were in this format. Not irrelevant. There are like some landfall trigger cards. There are like brain surge cards that would help with shuffling. I don't recall liking Reform in this format all that much. It's just a funny card. Yeah, there was an energy deck. If you remember, Boros, I think, was the main energy, or the top energy strategy, but any of the Jeskai colors, you could build an energy deck. Definitely very fun. Let's see. Bunch of DFCs in the format. Both ones that add 2 colors and others that add only a color. All of them are great, even if you're just playing one of the colors. Just pure value. You can often replace lands with the DFCs. This pack's not particularly good. I think I will just take the DFC here. Okay, Breathe Your Last was a decent removal spell, right? Destroy target creature or planeswalker. You gain 1 life for each of its colors. Yeah, that's fine. There is a green-white +1/+1 counter theme in the format. Or actually, it's more Abzan. There's an Abzan +1/+1 counter theme in the format. Area Auxiliary is a nice one to curve out into, right? If you go 2-drop, 3-drop into this card, it's sometimes an unbeatable curve. I might just take the removal spell here. Consign to Memory, very, very main deckable in the format. There are so many of these Devoid Eldrazi cards and just other colorless cards in general. Plus, in a pinch, you can counter some triggered abilities. Like this card was always playable. One of the nicer ones in the blue-black deck was the Kami of Jealous Thirst here. 3 mana, 1/3 Death Touch. Okay, that's not too exciting, but it has a Drain ability, which you can activate for free if you've drawn 3 or more cards in a turn. We have a Sultai land here, which would be nice. I think I'm going to take the Kami of Jealous Thirst and see if we can wheel some of those sneaky snackers or whatever. All right, nice little Wither and Bloom removal spell here. -3/-3 with value later on. This one was really good too. Glyph Elemental. 2 mana, 2/2, landfall. Whenever land you control enters, you put a 1/1 counter on the permanent. And then you can bestow it onto a creature, and the creature gets pumped by that as well. Could go heavy black and take Consuming and Corruption here. I think Glyph Elemental is just too good to pass, though. Black-white was a thing. I didn't particularly care for it, but it was a thing. And there's another area auxiliary. Victimize is pretty sweet. I like Victimize a little bit more here. Okay, the Shadow Spinner Wield. That's good. Another Sultai Fetch would be nice. Okay, so maybe the Sneaky Snacker comes back, and then we can go into blue-black draw 2. DFC's free if we end up going in blue. I mean, I'd have to pay 3 life to have this one enter untapped, but well worth the cost. I've seen a bunch of these Indebted Spirit. I don't remember this one being all that good. Transmigrant was okay. Utility card in some of the like discard decks. Not the best start I've ever seen, but maybe we can do something. But yeah, the Horrid Shadow Spinner here was a free way to trigger the 3 cards drawn cards. Oh, we are getting the Obstinate Gargoyle here as well. 2/2 with Persist for 3 that has flying as long as it's modified, so simply dying and coming back with a -1/-1 counter gives it flying, but you want to be suiting this up with +1/+1 counters and making it a nice flyer. Consign. Okay, pack 2, and here's the rare, or rather the common, sorry, I was talking about. Writhing Chrysalis. 4 mana 2/3 Eldrazi. When you cast it, the Eldrazi are all cast triggers. You make 2 0/1 spawn tokens. It has reach, and whenever you sacrifice another Eldrazi, like the spawn tokens, you put a 1/1 counter. So this was just one of the best cards in the format, and at common at that. None of these blue cards are things I want. Black-wise, we have, what, a Lethal Throwdown as a kill spell, Area Auxiliary. I mean, maybe I am going black-white. I didn't really care for black-white in this format, but... Oh, I guess I'll just take the removal spell over Auxiliary. We're seeing a lot of those go late. What is this one again? 5 mana Saga. Exile a creature and opponent controls power 3 or greater. Makes a 2/1 Vigilance. Or makes a 2/1 that then you put a Vigilance counter on something else, and then you give something double strike until end of turn. Modified creatures you control have lifelink. Slith. If you don't have this on turn 2, it's just so weak. I guess it's Fells the Godsire there. Party Thrasher. Oh yeah, that one's not bad. Though we have a Knotmaster here. 4 mana 2/2 lifelink. Whenever another modified creature you control dies, it gets plus 2 1/1 counters. And then you can also distribute counters. So that's good with all the Obstinate Gargoyles we can probably get. Another one of these commander cards. So I can take another Breathe Your Last, or I can take an Accursed Marauder. I guess with Victimize, I'd rather actually have the Accursed Marauder, as weird as that looks. What does this one do again? Whenever I play or cast a spell, if no mana was spent, counter it, sack it, draw a card. Oh, that was whatever. Guess there's a white-black cycling land we can take. Etchslith wasn't bad, was it? Because it had Menace? Yeah, that wasn't terrible. Although there is another area auxiliary here. Actually, that's probably just better. This could be a pacifism if you target your opponent's card. Or you give it Umbra Armor. Oh, I guess I'll start taking these Slith. This one was okay. 4 mana 2/3 Menace. When it enters or attacks, connives. Sack, put target creature from a graveyard onto the battlefield in your control. Versus Drossclaw. Drossclaw was not particularly good, but I guess it makes sense. There should have been an Obstinate Gargoyle. There it is, coming back around. Like I said, I don't like this archetype, but I have a feeling that Eldrazi is going to be heavily contested the first few days that this is on Flashback. Now, for the Winnabox event... Oh, we wheeled the Breather last. For the Winnabox event, it's going to be sealed, so... It's going to be the Did You Open Writhing Chrysalis lottery. Because at Common, you're going to have some of those decks that have a ton of them. But the real question is, can you win in this format without drafting Writhing Chrysalis? And that's the real indicator. All right, pack 3. We've opened a Ripples of Undeath. Beginning of your first main, mill 3, then you can pay 1 and 3 life if you do put a card from among those in your hand. Not good. We've opened another one of the better commons in the format, Galvanic Discharge. You play any amount of like Modern, you'll remember this one. Fanged Flames, also great. We have another black-white land here. We have a Grim Servant, which is fine. When this enters, search your library for a card of mana value less than or equal to your Devotion to Black. Reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. You lose 3. Guess I take that. We've been wheeling the Breathe Your Lasts, so... Oh, Wrath of the Skies. That's a good one. You get X energy, then you may pay any amount of energy. Destroy each artifact, creature, and enchantment with mana value less than or equal to the amount of energy. For sure. Some good choices here. This is the Artifact Matter card, right? I guess I actually have quite a few artifacts. 5. Four mana, 2/1 flyer with affinity for artifacts that makes your opponent discard a card when it enters was also not bad. Let's see, there's a Wormcoil Larva here, which is an okay top-end-ish card. I didn't really care for it, though. Red-Black was the artifact-themed deck, but if I recall correctly, the Red-Black deck was actually kind of bad. Oh, Glasswing Grace, really good. Either a black-white duel or a nice enchantment down the line. So let's see. One more playable, I guess, and we'd be good. I'd run 16 lands with 2 DFCs. Actually, this is not a great Wrath of the Skies deck. Nor is it a good Victimize deck. We can probably... Well, I guess Victimize with the double Gargoyle is kind of good. What is this one again? Pearl Ear. 3/4 lifelink for 3. Enchantment spells you cast have affinity for auras. Whenever you cast an aura spell that targets a modified permanent you control, draw a card. Whenever you cast an aura that targets a modified. How many auras do I have? Just the one? Okay, so this is basically a 3/4 lifelink for 3. I think we'd rather have the Apprentice then. Man, there's also an Eviscerator's Insight, which is great, but Apprentice probably a little bit too good. Another Lethal Throwdown. I already have 2. Yeah, I have enough removal. We're not going to be running a 3rd Throwdown. We might run a 2nd Scurrilous. I don't think we're going to run a 3rd Breathe Your Last. Let's take the Kite. What's my creature count? 12? Yeah, we'll just cut the Victimize. This is a 1 mana, 1/1 flyer, but you could equip it around. Look at this pick 8. Double Gargoyle. Nobody wants to Breathe Your Lasts. Another Familiar's good. Actually, yeah, I guess the Sentry doesn't really matter in this deck since we're no longer planning on doing the draw 2. The Terramander might actually be great now. Yeah, we're up to 9 artifacts. Or just white-black beatdown. So 14 creature cards at the moment, and then what? 2 Dross Claws. Yeah, and 2. Oh, and I guess these Johnny Fells. Oh, yeah, the Insight came back too. Okay, I think. I mean, for what this color combination is capable of, I think this is a good deck. I don't like black-white, but I think this is a good black-white deck, if that makes sense. So what are we cutting here? Probably don't need the Transmigrant. I guess I don't need this with as much removal as we have. I mean, it's good. It's just more expensive than everything else. And then one last cut, 16 land. Maybe the Kite's not good enough. I have a bunch of flyers already. That's probably fine. Losing an artifact's a little bit annoying, but we still have 8 in the deck. Much heavier on black. Okay. Yeah, this Wrath of the Skies is questionable, actually. I think the ability is, or the effect is too strong maybe not to run, but in my deck it's going to blow up a lot of my stuff. I expect to play against a lot of red-green. This deck even really needs something on turn 2, which I don't have here, but I don't think you can ever mulligan a hand like this. Remember, the auxiliary supporting is other creatures, so if I play Gargoyle on 3 and then auxiliary on 4, I only get to put a 1/1 counter on the Gargoyle since this cannot pump itself. Long mulligan decision over there. Okay, they did opt to take a mulligan. Besides Writhing Chrysalis, I think this is a really good format. That's a red-green land. You know what that means? They've got the Chrysalis. The Pteramander was an awkward draw. If this creature has no 1/1 counters on it, put 4 1/1 counters on it, so if I area auxiliary onto it, I will no longer be able to adapt it. Voidmaw incoming. I am A-okay with them killing Pteramander. Unfortunate. But we'll have to play the Grace out as a land. Discarded an Oozewag, kind of scary. Idol of the False Gods. I guess we'll go ahead and cast this, since that was the best thing they had this turn. I assume they're just going to be making a token end of turn. So if I Grim Servant, I get to search for something that costs 2 or less. Can grab like the Marionette Apprentice, can grab a Lethal Throwdown. Marauder, could actually grab a lot of stuff here. I kind of like drawing the card draw effect. I would grab a removal spell if I didn't have the breathe in my hand. Okay, playing the Stomp as a land is probably good for me. And there's the Void Craw. Let's just push the damage this turn. The Servant having Menace is really nice. They can't block with their spawn token and then sack it and make another one. They'd have to double block, you know? Still correct for them to do this, because it adds a counter. This turns into a, what, an 8-8 down the road or something? Eight or more, yeah, depending on. Alright, what big Eldrazi are we going to see here? My opponent has, what, 8 mana, 9 mana now? There's a 3/5 reach that would be annoying. Also stun something, I'm pretty sure. Or it might be a 4/5 reach. Oh, that's a good sign. That reeks of desperation. Good draw. Let's just pop off the Void Craw this turn. Go to combat. Okay. All right. 3 lethal threats, all of them evasive in some variety. Let's go. Suck on that Eldrazi. Oof. 1 Eldrazi menace down. How many more to go? Okay, opponent goes first. My hand is fine. Sadly, we'll have to run out the Grace as a land by the looks of it. But if we rip a swamp, we don't need to. Yes, we will. Foreboding Landscape. Okay, we'll see what they're playing. Blue and what? Blue-black, blue-green. I guess probably green then. Blue-green overlaps with those two, so that makes the most sense. Alright, so blue-green, another Eldrazi deck. That's really nice. Let's go bestow, fetch, pop, attack for effectively 4 here. And remember, if they kill my germ token, then the glyph elemental falls off as a creature, so quite good. The Micah spawn, yep. Alright, Teamer! Eldrazi again, as always. I think I'm just gonna go grab one of our lethal showdowns or whatever it's called here. Horrific Assault. Yeah, that was one of the best removal spells in Eldrazi. Target creature controls deal damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker. You don't control. If you control an Eldrazi, you gain 3 life. Okay, so land. Attack. Terramander. Refurbished. They discard a card. I guess I'll move the Drossclaw over here for now. They can still just sack one of their spawn tokens to kill it, but I think that's okay. Something that I can do is that's kind of neat is I can attack with the germ token, they chump it or whatever, and then oh no. Yeah, here comes the Eldrazi train. Yeah, whenever you cast a spell and whenever this creature attacks, put a 1/1 counter on each colorless creature you control. Such a sick one. Anyways, as I was saying, I can sack the germ after attacking with it. Why are they letting me block the spawn gang? Ooh, are they going to kill my Terramander too by sack? Wow, okay. I am very happy about this. Cool. I mean, kind of want to sacrifice a modified creature here. That deals 4 damage. They might have to kill my apprentice. Yeah, that's great. Big. Make it a 9/9. They have to chump it, but they can't trade for it. When the Eldrazi deck's in chump mode, you're pretty happy. Now, if they find anything that can produce a token, a spawn token, that's going to be annoying because that gives them extra time, but... Ooh, I have a feeling the auto tapper might have wrecked them a little bit there by holding up all of their sacrifice lands. If you play this format, you have to be a little bit careful about that. The auto tapper is going to prioritize leaving up your colorless lands because they have that secondary ability. Whether or not it's correct for it to or not. They're attacking. Okay. So they're going to have to chump with the Glyph Elemental. Take 4. I gain 3 life back here. Now I can cast this for 3. Ooh, discharge was pretty decent. Oh, you know what? I took the cards that they brain surged on top. That might have actually been incorrect. Because they know what I have now. I don't think I pump... Because I'm still going to 7 here. Or rather, I don't think I kill the Gatekeeper in case they have pump, I should say. Sure. Okay. Oh, I punted. I could have discharged that had I played the Slith for extra energy first. Oh no. That's totally on me. That's funny. I should have thought about that. Oh, that's too funny. Well, the game should be over. Oh, the discharge is gone forever! Oh no! Oh, I'm so bad! I should have killed their Skoa! I forgot that I couldn't cast it indefinitely. I mean, they're dead on board here, so... Wow, I'm making too many mistakes. They can blow up the Dross Claw, but they still take lethal. Oh wait, that's right, that shoots that thing. I might have thrown this game. If they find 3 points of damage, they can kill me. Wow. Okay. Like the 5/3 haste Eldrazi. That doesn't kill me. Simply equipping wins. Sheesh, man, I tried to throw this game so hard. Played that terribly. Number 11, by the way. Number 11 plays, by the way. Okay. Shape up, shape up. We're beating up on the Eldrazi decks, so it feels good. I'm just making the game even. Oh, that's nice. Oh, come on, man. Good news, I have Hex Gold Slith on the play, which is the only time I really ever want this card outside of a dedicated energy deck. Actually, do I have a better 2-drop than that? Maybe not. Or actually, maybe the Slith is worse than having that Kite, actually. The Unicorny. Oh, that is really good here. Okay, sick draw. Sick draw. Would love a swamp next turn. Or our fetch. There's the gargoyle, that's fine. Okay. Land. And I'm gonna go ahead and just airy. Because I can't give it first strike anymore, so this prevents them from double blocking. Still gets a 3/3 flyer online for turn 4. It's like not a bad play. Ah, crab! I hate frickin' crab, dude. And the fact that they got to freaking emerge it off of it, the bait or the gargoyle is so sick. What did they hit? All right, they're just gonna kill my flyer. I mean, I guess if they want to double block, I let them double block. God. What a dumb card, man. F crabs, F rent. Shilgengar? 6/6 flying, sack another creature, make a blood. If you sacrifice it, okay, sacrifice 6. Oh, I guess it's just a 6/6 flyer, so it's not that bad. Damn, bro, these rares. Alright, I'm hellbent. No cards in hand. Turn 4 crab, turn 5 Shilgengar. Thank God. Alright. Beatable. It's a lot of unicorn. Alright, we're doing it. Now they have to block the glyph so I can get in with the apprentice. Ooh, that's a good one, but not good enough here. Phew! Crabomination into Shilgengar. Not good enough. Well, this black-white deck's rolling. Glyph Elemental has been insane. Okay. Not a bad hand. Not aggressive, but could be able to leverage our Wrath of the Skies here. Especially versus a Plains start from our opponent. Oh yeah, Wrath of the Skies is going to be very good this game. That being said, I'm still going to play as if to do stuff. Yep, that's fine. I'm gonna let them hit me again. We want them to run out more creatures. Nice. Oh man, one more 2-drop, please. Alright, I'll take my 2 for 1. I think we're actually gonna hold the landscape in case we draw our Glyph Elemental. Alright, bring back their Goblin. Am I just gonna hard cast Blood-Soaked Insight next turn for 7? I guess I am. We can cast all these cards next turn. 3 land! Are you kidding? That is so incredibly unlucky. That is absurd. Holy smokes. I mean, that's insane. I guess I'm actually supposed to sack the landscape now because I'm 1 off of Barbarian Ring activation. Oh, I don't have the red for that, so it doesn't matter. But I guess for negligible deck thinning now. This also pings me for... You know what? I shouldn't have played the Barbarian Ring. That was a mistake. Because that pings for 1. This doesn't have flying or anything. Okay, well, good beats. I guess I could have waited on the Wrath of the Skies a little bit longer. But it's a lot harder for that card because I didn't have many lands at that point. So, remember, I have to pay X for the energy. So I wouldn't be able to blow up anything that costs 4 or more without having at least 6 lands. It is what it is. Alright, this hand's really good if we can find 1 land. Turn 3 Gargoyle into double Familiar is really gross, especially since they're on the play and it looks like they took a mulligan. Oh, I forgot to bring in that kite, didn't I, and cut the slith. Okay, big moment next turn. Need to find a land. I have 14 lands and 2 DFCs in the deck. Oh, they have a turn 2 Philia for my Germ token? Okay, that's a joke. what? Hello?
Oh, how am I supposed to focus on only one project?
This is brutal. Third land would be a pretty easy game if we just got to start jamming familiars. Alright, they get to flicker their cartographer, turn the Feely into a 3/3. There we go. Let's just kill this off right now. Okay, that's fine. Do they have the energy counter in their hand? Feels like that's what they've been sandbagging. Riddle. Okay, so we get to go Gargoyle into familiar here. Rose-Caught Knight. Yeah, and they did have a spike. Sure, I gain 3 life or something. Okay, and now we're sitting pretty. Get to go undo on both of those. Claw here. Bada boom, bada bingo, baby. Oh, man, that's a nice one. That's what they were holding on to when they didn't play out of land. Very good. If they drew a land, they need to play it because they have Cartographer. Brain Surge? Oh, Solstice. Wow! 2 energy! Oh, that's a little bit of a swing. Crazy good draw by them there. Oh, jeez. Wait. Oh, I see. So how do we want to do this? This is interesting. Oh, this is first strike, right? Yeah. So I think I equip here. Attack for 3. Give the energy. So it has first strike. They might not block, I guess, but that's fine if they don't. Okay, trade's fine because this is a modified creature, so our not master actually gets bigger. I want to keep the Wither and Bloom for the Gargoyle after it persists to get rid of the -1/-1 counter, I think. Oh, they're drawing well. Double top? The Cartographer with the Zealot is really gross. Every time they play a land, they get an extra tap down. Ay, 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 dude. That was an insanely good draw. Okay, let's go to combat. Because they double topped, I now get to steal both of them. Pacifism, very nice. Alright, give me the goods. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh god, that's bad. I need a Thraben charm that. So they're gonna tap my Ondu. Oh wait! Power 3 or greater! Oh no! I'm dead! That didn't work. Did I need to... No, playing the Nyx Bloom wouldn't have done anything either. I'm gonna lose this game. Holy crap. If they didn't draw a land there, I would have been able to gain lifelink, but I'm gonna lose this now. Aren't I? I need them to not see lethal on the board. This is so insane. Yeah. So, I needed to have played out the, I mean, they drew something else apparently anyways. I needed to have played out the unicorn instead. Wow. Well, I made a small mistake there, but given their sink into stupor, no. They just drew perfects. I guess, you know what I could have done? It would have been... So I could have instead Thraben charmed their tapper? But then leaving their flicker creature alive is also really bad? Ah, that's tight. That, you know, maybe I kill their tapper. No, that doesn't work. Killing the tapper doesn't work because they can leave back the flicker creature, right? And block and flicker when I try to gain lifelink. Yeah, that doesn't even work. I'm gonna just be salty, I guess. Just be salty, they rip the perfects, you hear me? Alright, good beats. I'm sure there was a better place that I could have played it to. Just easier to be mad. So I can't block here because they can turn that into a 3/3. They might do it anyways. No. Yeah, they got the curve. They have the Eldrazi curve. Need to get this online now. Let's see if we can beat up on another Eldrazi deck. I also think I took 2 damage from the Philia when I had Wither and Bloom. So maybe that could have saved me too. Pretty sure this is an easy block. Force them to invest mana this turn. And it's simply still a trade. This is not a great hand versus Eldrazi since it doesn't have removal. Okay. I'll go ahead and cash in my Gargoyle for 2 cards. Oh, that's not good. Not great when the Eldrazi deck is actually pressuring you early. Because you know their top end is also going to be pretty disgusting. Oh, I don't mind seeing them shock themselves for that. This is good. Oh, they're taking the hit too. I don't know if that's actually a good sign or a bad sign for me. Triple spell this turn, though, is pretty sick. Very sick, even. Alright, discarded a Nightshade Scent. Let's see if they grab a red source here. Okay. Here's the important turn. Currently, the game is close. Okay. I take that trade. Because I can always just move around counters. It's a good draw, too. Okay. So what I'm doing here is going to sack the Germ token. And then I move the Dross Claw over, because again, if I move the Dross Claw over, the Germ token just goes away, since it doesn't have any base power and toughness. Ghostfire Slice, that's fine. I don't think I'm supposed to attack. No. They could just chump with a token and then crack back, or if they double block, it doesn't seem that good. Not when it's going to keep growing here. Well, with all these draws, maybe now it's okay. Then again, this is straight up 2-turn clock, so... Yeah, I'm in no rush here. We can just chill. Nice. Whew. Yeah, the deck's working well. I mean, I'm pretty sure I could be 5-1 right now. As well as my opponent drew in that blue-white game. I mean, I had a couple of decision points that definitely mattered that I could have played differently. They played it well too, so... I blame myself. But 4 wins is good. When you're not playing Eldrazi. I go first. Alright. Needs a white source, and if we can find it, the hand kind of pops off. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, maybe? I'll play the Gargoyle turn 3 if they... Yeah, I guess I would still play the Familiar on turn 3, even if I draw planes. Flying Men, go. Or rather, Flying Terra Man. Ha ha ha. Oh! No. No, 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 no. Not what I want to see. I'm not going to kill it, because I'm going to get the servo online first. Okay. My hand actually kind of sucks. This feels so bad. This loses me an artifact too, so... Terramander now back up to 6 mana to adapt. I am not confident. I think it's too risky to leave the Ocelot Pride alive, though, because if I don't kill it there and they get rid of my apprentice, I mean, sure, I can double block, but... I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, a 1/1 flyer. Actually pretty good versus me. That cartographer is very annoying. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, I want to maximize this. Because I could have leveled up the Terramander here. But I think this is the play. Alright, draw a card, scry 2. 4 energy now. And remember, they can move the kite around to their other creatures. That actually is going to be pretty good, I think. I don't have a second white source yet, but... Okay, well, we're gonna get wrecked by something, apparently. If it's just like a Thraben Charm, that was gonna deal with my Pteramander anyways. Look, I know, okay? You can't trick me. Oh, Flooded Strand fetch! Wow! Alright. Draw 3. Barf. Barf. They're pretty close to being able to attack here if they wanted to. Yeah, I like it. That's good. That's actually really good. I'm gonna leave the Cartographer alive, I think. It's not bad. I mean, it probably hits a land, right, at this point, but a land is also equivalent to an energy. Man, a Plains is actually sick for us because our Refurbished are 4 mana. So right now, Wrath of the Skies on X is 3, kills everything but my 2 flyers. Come on. A Plains next turn wins, basically. Oh, yeah. You get X energy, then you pay any amount. So I want to X is 4 here. Do you have last card either Surge or whatever it's called? That is absurd, dude. Man, we have just ran into it versus these blue-white decks. Wow. That's pretty sick. All right. You got me. Well, that game, I don't think there was anything I could have done. I think the first blue-white match, I could have played it better and maybe swung the tides, but... Oh, that is so dumb. Good beats, good beats. I mean, yeah, we got annihilated that game. Cool little deck, though, for sure. There are certainly ways to win in this format by not drafting Eldrazi. I mean, our deck did well. We played against a few non-Eldrazi decks. It's just when the Eldrazi decks come together, but more specifically because Writhing Chrysalis is a common, that it can often feel bad. So, little flashback MH3. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.